ZEPHANIAH is telling. Greetings. Glory first in words, glory first in song. Glory first in the power of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I, and Empress, Ramanan. Blessed love to one and all. Ras Happy Walker here again with another short presentation. Introduction towards the different topics that I will be addressing as time goes within this administration. The King James Version really have to be scrutinized a little more, and the things that make sense should really be enlightened to other ones, and the things that are confusing should really be investigated a little more. The part I am looking at here from the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 9 to 10. It is very, very enlightening to I personally, although it is from the King James English Bible. The Bible that I will feel more comfortable to read in the near future is the Amharic Bible, which have a more historical link, and there are books in the Ethiopian Bible, especially the Amharic and the Ge'ez, that have many more information than this King James Version of the Bible. But whatsoever can give a strength on my life journey from the King James Version, I will love to take a look and observe, because knowledge is power, and knowledge comes from many different sources. So you gotta search, till you're gonna seek and then you're gonna find. So it is like seeking to find. In the book of Zephaniah chapter 3, I'm gonna read from verse 9. It says, "For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Almighty to serve Him with one consent. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliant, even the daughters of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering." Now this may sound very simple to certain readers, right? Because if you can read, you will just read words. And the overstanding is where the problem is sometimes. The part I am looking at closely within that short reading is the word language, and also the word Ethiopia. Now if I that are listening and watching this short clip here, if I know the different languages in Africa, I will know that Ethiopia, the official language of Ethiopia, is Amharic, in connection with the Ge'ez. And seeing that in this portion of prophecy here, it mentioned the word language and Ethiopia, within my interpretation, within the revelation, I will see that the Amharic language in connection with the Ge'ez is more valid and pure for I and I to take that heretical connection from than even taken from this King James Version Bible alone. Because I am reading from the King James Version, that is why it is written in English terms. If I and I have to read now from the Amharic Bible, then the letters will be totally different. So I and I giving thanks that even this King James Version Bible here can still be brave enough to mention Ethiopia. And that opens up a lot of doors. Because as Rastafari, I and I should feel enlightened, knowing that Haile Selassie was born in Ethiopia, and that is the king that I and I cite up as I and I Redeemer. Most of the famous speeches of Haile Selassie was done in the Amharic language. Although His Imperial Majesty spoke many different languages, but the Amharic language was very effective for the people of Ethiopia in connection with the words of Haile Selassie, because when His Imperial Majesty spoke, he made sure that his people know what he was saying, and that raises the frequency within the meaning of his words. They are words that are spoken in the Amharic language or the Gears that cannot be translated into English because the English don't have these type of word sound. So I'm giving thanks for this short portion here, the book of Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9 and 10. Ones and ones can feel free to read the whole chapter and also be enlightened and take that brave step and look for a couple of these passages in the Amharic language or the Gears that will still give a little more meaning to what was said to I and I people. Again, for then I will turn to the people a pure language. So I and I people have to learn that language. It wouldn't just happen overnight. That is why it will be ilaful for the school system to start teaching the youth that pure language. But in the Western world, they don't want to show I and I youth these things. They don't want I and I youth to know the ancient scrolls. The question is why? What are they trying to hide from I and I? They know for a fact that if I and I people learn to read and write in that pure language, in the languages of Africa, too many things will be opened up. And I will have a different perspective of life in these times. So they are trying very hard to block away the truth from I and I. But you know what? I and I people done sight it up already. Haile Selassie came and opened up the doors, dismantle all the mental shackles that was on I and I people brain, and give I and I a free up. That is why His Imperial Majesty had the Bible translated into Amharic from the Gears. That happened in 1961. So I'm giving thanks again and again to His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I and Empress Zeramanan for living the life that they lived amongst I and I within that time. And I know for a fact that Haile Selassie is living all now and is waiting for I and I people, his dispersed, that is way out in these Western world occupation. One perfect love. I pray that all will go well with the families of I and I. If ones and ones have any comments to give, ones are free to do so. If ones want to give a little more correction based on what I have spoken, ones are free to do so likewise. I will be giving thanks. If ones come across this video and at least reach down to the nitty-gritty to this point and have not subscribed as yet, please do so that in the future times, whenever I do a video similar to this with explanation from any book, then ones will be notified and be enlightened and will be free enough to give a comment as well and an advice and a strength, because iron sharpeneth iron. I don't know everything and I am looking to learn. So if there is anything you can teach or any advice you can give, please lay it out in the comment section. One love, Rastafari the Almighty. I love all. Blessing. Give thanks for life.